If you're on your hormone optimization or weight loss journey, please pay attention to all the signals your body's trying to give you. That improved night's sleep, that bouncing up in the morning, that improved recovery after your workout. These are all micro steps that get you to that body recomposition, the new look in the mirror, the feeling great in that bathing suit. Your body will adapt before it advertises. In this episode, we talk all about how to hang in there and how to stay for long-term results. Your body often whispers before it screams transformation. What I've found is that people think hormone replacement is a magic fix. But when the scale doesn't immediately move, they think hormones don't work. Let's talk about it. So as I stated, the body will whisper in smaller ways. Smaller cravings, improved sleep, improved recovery, lower inflammation, as well as improved labs. At Powell Studio, we're working on teaching patients about quick wins versus long-term transformations. What I've found is most people who aren't confident in what their efforts are giving up during the whisper. Their bloating has decreased, their energy has improved, but they still feel uncomfortable in their clothes. The scale hasn't budged in the way they want it to. The inflammation is still in repair. One of the biggest misconceptions I see is that people think that hormones are really going to fix everything. But what healing is doing is happening in sequence. In order for your body to feel comfortable removing the weight that you've had excess, it needs to feel comfortable in its optimal recovery, digestion, improved repair and sleep, and improving your nervous system. When people get started on hormones, they're looking for the quick win. I understand this. We want that for our clients at Powell Studio. That's the definition, the toning, the muscle that you can see more defined. And unfortunately, the quick win is the momentum to get there. We know that if you're having improved sleep, that you're recovering better. You're waking up more alert instead of dragging out of bed. Your afternoon crashes are no longer. This tells me that your insulin resistance is actually improved and that your messaging and your nutrition and all of your energy is being improved upon. This is space where your body feels safe to transition into those long-term gains. Our long-term wins come in the body that feels safe and secure to then move along to what we want it to do. And so when we think about those long-term gains, it is that long-term weight loss that's sustained very easily. It's the muscle building and optimal repair. It's the flexibility in meal plans that drive ongoing consistent energy no matter what your day looks like. This improved insulin resistance means that your cells are functioning optimally. That's where I see when you see the scale trending in the right direction and you having that muscle-toned body that you can be confident in. We love our analogies, and we talk about the foundation of your house. Many people want to repair the walls and the furniture before they have a steady foundation. When you're challenging your body to lose that weight, to do all of the things that drive actionable continuation of your care plan for you, you're creating more chaos and a more difficult result to maintain. We've found that trends in quick weight loss without metabolic function is usually not sustainable. It will return because the cells are not functioning properly. They're not burning calories, they're not using energy, they're not resting and recovering without optimal support. Building a healthy body helps create results that last. Have you ever noticed your opportunity to dive into dieting, the quick fix, the trendy thing has led to weight loss, but then you go on one weekend away, you enjoy a dinner or a night out, and you're like, why do I feel so terrible? This tells me that your cells are not functioning optimally. They're not flexible. Flexibility in your metabolic health allows you to have life, and it allows you to have a night that maybe not be on your more regular schedule, but it is an opportunity for you to indulge or enjoy and then jump right back onto what serves your body functioning its optimal self. What I find in patients is that they are usually hyper-focused on one specific symptom and or concern, maybe even a couple. But what we notice as providers that the coaching is so important. We see that this stacked tiered improvement will eventually lead to these symptoms improving. Females especially, I have many coming to me that are menopausal, postmenopausal. They've been in this space that have not been hormonally optimized for a long period of time. And so we're a little bit more complicated in that recovery, that repair, that safe space, that regulation of nervous system, improvement of gut health, absorption, metabolism, removal of excess hormone is all going to take a little bit of time. I saw this most recently with a patient. She had incredible improvements. I drew her labs. We looked at this together. I showed one step after another how each time we had come into the office together to reconvene about her progress, that she had lowered inflammation. that she had improved metabolic health, that her cortisol levels had regulated, her nervous system was headed on the right track, her thyroid was optimized, and still all she could see was this little bit of bloat in her midsection. It's so painful to watch because you know that all of these other pieces need to be in order for that eventually to come. And this is where it gets tricky because at this point, some people want to give up. They don't have the ability to keep that momentum and that bandwidth when it's just that cellular health. For me, I want to make sure that your brain stays healthy, that we prevent cardiac disease, that we optimize bone health with that muscle increase, and that we prevent the cancer concerns and autoimmune repair. When we're depleted of hormones, these are risks that we have, and it impedes the ability to provide optimal longevity in our health. There are many options out there for weight loss and body recomposition, but quick losses and quick wins may lead to weight loss. They do not mean that the body is healthy. At Powell Studio, we have a whole pathway that monitors weight management. We want to preserve the body. We want to make sure that we're not leaning into a chronic or more intense weight loss that's rapid, that leads to muscle wasting, laxity in skin, and decreased metabolic health, which leads to decreased recovery, decreased muscle building, and the ability to really lead to more work in the end of having to repair that much more than you started with. Setting clear expectations is really important in the office. We try and do this our best at consultation time because we want you to have the quick wins. We also want you to understand supporting areas of the body before the baseline foundation is optimized is not ideal. We want to make sure that our vitamins, nutrients, anything we're depleted of that's working against us is optimized before we jump into our bigger wins. We want to make sure inflammation is down before we're integrating other works of effort of peptides and hormones and other options. Where can our body heal and recover and optimize on its own? Where do we need to make lifestyle adjustments? Where do we need to be patient and kind to give our body the space it feels safe to heal and to drive those outcomes we're looking for? The true transformations come from patients that are not asking so much about how fast can I get there, but how can I create a lifestyle that is sustainable? As the provider, I feel like I'm always trying to hammer home the results of, hey, because you have decreased inflammation, because you have improved bowel movements, because your cells are functioning, and I know that your energy is lasting throughout the day, these are the wins that get you to the improved waistline, to the improved libido, to the better night's sleep. These are the wins that you need to stepping stones up to the top of the mountain. As a provider who's a broken record, I notice there is an acute period of time where you have change in the body. Listen to it. Don't wait until you have these advanced periods of time where you have chronic illness. This is the challenge where people are giving up during the body's whispers of slow, gradual improvement because there's so much to repair. It takes them forever to get to the other side. At Powell Studio, we can shorten that window. We can improve your efforts. We can isolate confidence where you are working on the right things and strategy to get to the other side as soon as possible.